Cregon's Dark World presents The Art of Not Fucking Your Life Up, but Probably Doing It Anyway.
Chapter 1. The Impatient Dreamer. In a cramped, dimly lit apartment, a young man named Jack sat amidst a sea of self-help books, vision boards, and empty pizza boxes. His eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity as he stared at a motivational poster on the wall, emblazoned with the phrase, "Make your dreams happen now." "Fucking right I will," Jack muttered to himself as he scribbled furiously in a journal. He was determined to manifest his dreams into reality, no matter the cost. His goals were lofty: become a best-selling author, start a successful business, and find true love. Simple enough, right? As Jack worked tirelessly to make his dreams a reality, he began to notice that things weren't happening as quickly as he'd like. His writing was met with rejection, his business ideas tanked, and his love life was non-existent. The more he struggled, the more impatient he became. "What the fuck is taking so long?" Jack exclaimed, slamming his fist on the desk. "I've been working so hard. I deserve to see some results already." As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, Jack's frustration grew. He started to doubt himself, wondering if he was simply not good enough. His apartment became a mess, reflecting the chaos in his mind. Jinx, the black cat with a red tie, sauntered into the room, gave Jack a disdainful sniff, and exited with a dismissive flick of his tail. Meanwhile, Kregon, the master of dark wisdom, watched Jack's antics from the shadows, shaking his head in amusement. "Ah, the impatience of mortals," he chuckled to himself. "They think they can force the universe to bend to their will, but the universe has its own timeline, and it's not always in sync with human expectations." As Jack's despair deepened, he began to notice strange, seemingly unrelated events occurring around him. A chance encounter with a stranger led to a valuable connection. A random book recommendation sparked a new idea, and a serendipitous discovery opened up a fresh opportunity. The universe was working its magic, but Jack was too blinded by his impatience to see it. One fateful night, Jack's frustration boiled over. He stormed out of his apartment into the pouring rain and stumbled into a nearby bar. The bartender, a gruff but kind-hearted man, listened to Jack's woes and offered some sage advice. "Kid, sometimes you just gotta let go and let things happen. You can't force the universe to give you what you want." But Jack wasn't having it. In a fit of rage, he grabbed a nearby bottle and smashed it over the bartender's head. The bartender crumpled to the ground, bleeding profusely, as Jack screamed, "I'll show you. I'll make my dreams happen, no matter what it takes." The bar patrons gasped in horror as Jack's eyes turned wild and unhinged. He grabbed a nearby chair and began to smash everything in sight, destroying the bar and sending patrons running for cover. As the chaos unfolded, Kregon appeared, his eyes gleaming with a malevolent intensity. "Ah, Jack, my dear boy, you're finally embracing the darkness within. It's a hell of a dark world indeed." The police arrived, sirens blaring, and Jack was cornered, but he refused to back down. With a crazed look in his eyes, he pulled out a gun and began to fire wildly, sparking a shootout with the cops. The streets erupted into chaos as bullets flew and explosions rocked the pavement. A bus full of nuns careened out of control, only to be crushed by a tank that had somehow appeared on the scene. Jack's mind had completely snapped, and the voices in his head were now screaming for him to purge negativity. As the city burned around him, Jack's rampage continued. He hijacked a car and sped through the streets, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. The police were hot on his heels, but Jack was unstoppable. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Jack's car screeched to a halt on the edge of a bridge. He leapt out, gun still in hand, and began to make his way to the edge. The voices in his head were now a deafening chant, urging him to take the final leap. As Jack stood at the edge of the bridge, staring down into the abyss, Kregon appeared beside him. "Ah, Jack, my dear boy, look at what you've accomplished. The city is in ruins and the darkness has consumed you. It's truly a work of art, a hell of a dark world." Jack's eyes locked onto Kregon's, and for a moment he felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. But then, Kregon's grip on his hand loosened, and Jack felt himself falling. "Good boy, Jack," Kregon whispered as Jack plummeted into the abyss. "You've finally learned the art of not fucking your life up, but it's too late now. You're mine forevermore." As Jack's world went black, Kregon's laughter echoed through the darkness, a chilling reminder that in the end, the darkness always wins. Why did Jack bring a ladder to the party? Because he heard the drinks were on the house, but it turns out the house was on him, and the whole city was on fire.